Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be about getting out of the house. Obviously, with everything that's been going on in the world, anxiety is heightened. I think for everybody, not just those with anxiety disorders, but we've become accustomed to living in our own little bubbles and staying at home, doing our own thing, not really socializing. And when we do socialize, it's with very few people and with a lot of distance. One of the big concerns is how do we get out of the house and conquer that anxiety? So let's just get on into it. Anxiety is a response to a threat. That's what I constantly repeat, but it's true. So naturally, when we become used to a certain environment, expanding that kind of bubble, it just leads to a lot of anxiety. And getting out of the house now can actually be really scary. Regardless of the feelings that you might have, fear is a big one because it's all uncertainty now. You know, we're not used to being close to people, we're not used to going indoors or in crowded places, and actually there is still an element of fear because of what could go wrong. So here are a few of my tips because personally I suffer with agoraphobia, so naturally going out of the house can be quite kind of intimidating and it can be quite difficult to be in new places and manage the anxiety there without feeling the need to escape. Tip number 1, plan. I think spontaneity is a great thing, but usually when it comes to dealing with anxiety and managing it, it's better to plan. Plan where you're going, plan how long you're going to be there, and make a backup plan of if it goes wrong. How are you going to cope with that anxiety that you might experience? Is it going to be breathing exercises? Are you able to go for a walk? Are you going to sip water? Are you going to be able to talk to somebody? Can you go home when you want to go home? Those kinds of things are really important to just prepare for because actually they will kind of stop it happening. Basically, if you're not sure what to do and you go into a situation, your brain will be more alert with the fact that actually you have no idea what you're going to do. You have no idea what the backup plan is or how you're going to get out of there. But by having a plan, your brain goes, okay, we know what's going on. It's okay, we'll take our time. And then that in turn reduces the anxiety anyway, and you can focus on enjoying the experience. That brings me to tip number 2. When you're starting to get out of the house, try and go somewhere fun, somewhere that you want to go to, somewhere that you enjoy, because that makes the world of difference in terms of motivation. If you're going somewhere that you don't really want to go to anyway, your anxiety is like going to be up here. If you want to go to that place, your anxiety might be about here. And even if it is higher, you'll be able to overcome it or conquer it, or just, it had been about a year since I'd had a riding lesson. And I thought, oh, it's fine. I love being outdoors and seeing horses, that kind of thing. So when I booked the lesson, I was fine about it. And about a day before, I was super anxious. I was like, this must be because I haven't been for ages, or I don't really go and see people at the moment. And that was really difficult. However, I was determined to overcome the anxiety, knowing that as soon as I'm on the horse, I'll be fine. And I was, actually, just to put that in there, because it is tricky when overcoming it. So just remember, if you're doing something that you want to do, there's a good chance you'll manage to push through that anxiety, conquer it, and the next time you want to go do that, your anxiety will be lower. Tip number 3, go with a friend or a family member, whatever works for you, but going with somebody means that you have a support network. Overcoming anxiety is only really possible if you have a good support network. For some people who don't have family or friends, it might be their therapist, it might be their doctor, it might be an online group. But if you can, go out with somebody that you trust, because they can help you when things get difficult, they can help you overcome the anxiety, but they're also there to make sure nothing bad happens, because when you're experiencing an anxiety attack, often you'll feel overwhelmed and you'll start forgetting things, or you'll start panicking. You won't really know where you've left your keys, your phone, your purse, those sorts of things. So it's good to have a friend with you that can almost guide you through those situations, just to allow you the chance to focus on the anxiety you're experiencing and trying to process it and overcome it. Tip number 4, plan a reward. It's a part of exposure plans. But if you do go out of the house and you're experiencing anxiety, make sure that you've got some kind of treat in store, whether that's, I don't know, ordering pizza, watching a film at home afterwards, or it really depends what works for you. For me, it was buying a book. That was kind of my big reward. But whatever works for you, go for it. because having a reward, again, is that incentive to actually, this isn't so bad. It's okay to deal with the anxiety. And the more you train your brain, it will realize this isn't a threat. This place is okay. It's all right to be out of the house. Good things come from being out of the house. That's basically what you're doing with all of this. It takes time, so don't expect to feel great when you're out of the house straight away. But the more positive experiences you have in a short space of time, the quicker your brain will understand, actually, this is okay. This isn't a threat. Because obviously there are certain situations out of the house that are threatening. So you still want to be attuned to them, but you don't want to think that every situation outdoors is threatening. Anyway, I hope you found it helpful. Let me know down in the comments the first time you got out of the house, or any tips you have for anybody else how to conquer that anxiety. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.